Hello, welcome to the video. I'm playing Dribble. Just a reminder of the stakes. I've played 33 games, and I've got it in one guess every time. Trying not to do a chain of mutual teammates, not trying to do the easy way out. Need to think of one guy who's been teammates with both of these players. So Colin Sexton to Andrew Wiggins. Seems like it shouldn't be hard. Otto Porter, I don't think ever was on the Cavs, was he? No? I don't think so. Well, also, seeing that the team that Colin Sexton is on right now, the Utah Jazz, just got a myriad of players from the Wolves during this summer's trades, should make this a little bit easier. So who came over from the Wolves? It was Malik Beasley, who I don't believe ever overlapped with Wiggins. I don't think he did. And then Walker Kessler, obviously not because he's a rookie this year. Jared Vanderbilt, but he came over the same time Malik Beasley did to the Wolves from the Nuggets. Who else? Patrick Beverley, but he, wouldn't have been there with Wiggins, and he's never played on any other team with Wiggins. And I don't even know if Beverley would count. Beverley wouldn't count because he was already gone off the Jazz. They had already flipped him to the Lakers before the Donovan Mitchell deal happened to get Colin Sexton to the Jazz. Derrick Rose was on the Cavs. I don't know. I don't think it was at the same time as Sexton. He definitely was teammates with Wiggins, though, on the Wolves. Oh, I know what it is. Gary Payton II. This is where it's going to come up. I don't think I've had this come up before in a dribble. Maybe it has actually, but I play a lot of 2K, like my league in the future, like simulation stuff. So there's a lot of, I see lots of players on other teams. It's like alternate universes almost, where players are on different teams sometimes. And some of those I can tend to mix up with reality every once in a while. So I know for a fact I had Gary Payton II on the Cavs with Sexton and Garland in 2K at least, but I can't remember if that was an actual thing in real life also at one point. Because I know Gary Payton II bounced around a little bit before he ended up with the Warriors, kind of in and out of the league, in the G League. He was on the Wizards for sure at one point, and I think the Cavs, but that might be fake. Was Taurean Prince ever on the Cavs? That sounds kind of familiar. I don't know if that's a 2K thing also. But it could have been a trade from Atlanta to Cleveland, and then he signed with Minnesota. Taurean Prince is another one that seems like it could work. Ed Davis might work. I'm pretty sure Ed Davis was on the Cavs with Sexton, and I'm not as sure of him being on the Wolves, but that also seems like, it feels like Ed Davis has played for every single team. You know, I know that's not true, obviously, but he kind of seems like he fits Wolves more than most, though. You know, like, I know for sure, pretty positive, Ed Davis has never been on the Nuggets. I don't think he's been on, like, the Rockets. I don't think. The Knicks doesn't sound right. But he's definitely been, for sure, on the Raptors. The Grizzlies, maybe. See, this is another player that, like, my entire life in 2K has always been a guy that's on a ton of teams, because he's, like, always either a free agent or just, like, a trade piece. For some reason, he just bounces around all the time in 2K, and a little bit in real life, too. He was definitely on the Jazz, too. Ed Davis was on the Jazz during the bubble season, but Colin Sexton was obviously not there at that point. Kevin Love was traded for Andrew Wiggins when Wiggins was it after he was drafted? It feels like it was after, because I think the Cavs had the draft rights to Wiggins and they traded it after the pick. Maybe on draft night, but I have a feeling it was even later after the draft. There's definitely a path forward to get two, and that would be Jared Vanderbilt and Karl Anthony Towns. Markkanen was never on the Wolves. He almost was. He was drafted there, correct? Man, now I can't remember if Markkanen was drafted to Minnesota originally and then traded in that Jimmy Butler deal, or if the pick, like, before the draft, along with Zach LaVine and some other stuff, was traded for Jimmy Butler, and then they just used that pick, the Bulls did later, to get Lauri Markkanen. Man, I think Gary Payton II is still my highest bid. That didn't really make sense, but Jared Bayless just came to my mind, because I'm pretty sure he's been on both these teams and might have overlapped with both these guys. I'm going to have to look up all of these just for my sanity afterwards. JaVale McGee. Okay, was JaVale McGee ever on the Warriors when Wiggins was? That doesn't feel right. I don't think he was. But JaVale was for a very small portion of a season recently on the Cavs. And that was definitely before the Sexton deal to Utah. Okay, I'm not sure if the Malik... No, I am. I am sure. Pretty positive. The Malik Beasley and Jared Vanderbilt deal from Denver to the Wolves. Pretty sure D'Angelo Russell was already on the Wolves at that time, which would mean that Wiggins could not have been. because they were traded for each other. Man, I really want to know when the last time Derrick Rose was on the Cavs was. I don't think because Sexton got drafted in 2018, right? Yeah, the season before Garland. Garland was in the Zion draft, 2019. Sexton, season before that, was in the 18 draft, which was the same summer that LeBron was potentially leaving, which he did, went to LA. It was not for certain at the time of the draft when they took Colin Sexton with the eighth pick in the 2018 draft, pretty sure. Sounds right. I want to check that. Yes, 8th pick in 2018 draft. For some reason, my mind just went to Alec Burks. I'm pretty sure he was teammates with Wiggins. Again, that might have been before the Wiggins deal. That might have been while D'Lo. I feel like that was while D'Lo was in Golden State before Wiggins came. So I don't know if he would work for either. I'm having a weird argument with myself of whether or not Alec Burks has been on the Cavs. It's inconclusive. Man, okay. I really want to use Gary Payton II, but if I use him and he's wrong, he'll be wrong for Colin Sexton, which would make it so I'd still have to find 2 teammates. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because I know Gary Payton II has been teammates with Wiggins, obviously just won a championship together, but I don't know if he's been on the Cavs. And we need to find a teammate of Colin Sexton. That's like the criteria for this box. And you're trying to connect Colin Sexton to Andrew Wiggins in the fewest steps possible. So if the guy's just teammates with Andrew Wiggins but not Colin Sexton, it's an incorrect guess, and it doesn't do you any good in terms of building a train. I need to think of just players that were on the... Why have I skimmed over... Oh, no, Kevin Love wasn't there. Yeah, I was about to say. Wow, that was like weird. They were traded for one another. I already went over that. But other teammates from back then... I know it. I don't know why I couldn't think of this sooner. This is my guy. If you've been watching my channel, you know that this is one of my favorite players just to ever play. That might be a bit of an exaggeration, but who cares? It's Ricky Rubio, 34, undefeated. That was probably the longest game of Dribble I've ever played. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.